Reflection and resetting your mindset every single night is one of the most powerful habits you can develop to transform your life. Each day brings its own set of challenges, victories, and lessons, and how you process these experiences before bed shapes your mental and emotional state for the next day. Taking time to pause, review your actions, and clear your mind helps you break free from stress and negative thinking patterns. It creates space for growth, clarity, and calm. This habit rewires your brain to focus on learning and improvement rather than dwelling on mistakes or worries. When you end your day with intention, you prepare yourself to wake up refreshed, focused, and ready to tackle whatever comes next. Nightly reflection and reset build resilience and sharpen your self-awareness, turning every day's experience into fuel for your personal growth. This practice is a simple yet profound way to take control of your mindset and your life. Chapter 1. Practice gratitude. Every morning without missing a day, every single morning, before the noise of the day gets to you, there's something powerful you can do. It doesn't cost money. It doesn't take much time. But it has the power to completely shift the way your mind works. That habit is gratitude. Now I'm not talking about thinking a nice thought here and there. I'm talking about building a daily habit that becomes part of your identity. Something you do without needing to be reminded. A habit that slowly but deeply rewires how you see yourself, your life, and the world around you. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's not about denying your challenges. It's about choosing to see the good, even when things aren't easy. And when you make this a morning practice, you start training your mind to search for what's right instead of what's wrong. Why does that matter? Because your mind is already wired to scan for problems. That's how the brain is built. It tries to protect you. But that natural tendency can leave you anxious, frustrated, or always feeling like something is missing. Gratitude interrupts that pattern. It doesn't erase the problems, but it changes the way you respond to them. So what does practicing gratitude in the morning look like? It can be as simple as sitting quietly for 2 minutes and thinking of 3 things you're thankful for. Not just saying the words, but feeling them. Feeling the comfort of a roof over your head, the joy of a friend who checks in, the strength in your body to stand up and face another day. Or you can write it down. Keep a notebook next to your bed. Each morning, before you pick up your phone, write 3 short sentences. I'm grateful for my health. I'm thankful for the food I had last night. I appreciate the chance to try again today. Simple, but real. And don't just list them, pause, even for a few seconds, and really feel what it means. You'll notice something if you do this for more than a few days. Your brain starts changing. You'll complain less. You'll feel calmer. You'll find yourself being more patient with people. And it's not because life suddenly became easier. It's because you started shifting your focus. This habit creates space between you and your problems. Instead of waking up already tense or thinking about everything you didn't finish yesterday, you wake up with a grounded perspective. You build a mindset that says, I have enough to keep going. I'm not empty. I have blessings I can count on. And when life throws something hard at you, and it will, you'll respond differently. That's the rewiring part. You'll have trained your mind to return to balance faster, to stay steady when things shake. That doesn't just help you, it affects everyone around you. Your energy changes, your presence becomes stronger, and you stop reacting out of panic or negativity. Now here's the truth. Most people skip this. They wake up, grab their phone, scroll through the news or social media, and immediately flood their minds with pressure and comparison. No wonder so many people feel overwhelmed before they even brush their teeth. But you can choose differently. You can protect your mornings. You can make them sacred. You can use that first few minutes to remind yourself that life still has good in it, that you're still standing, that you've made it through tough moments before, and you will again. When you start your day with gratitude, you're training your nervous system to feel safe. You're telling your mind, I'm okay, I've got what I need, I'm ready for today. That's not just motivational talk, that's neuroscience, that's mental conditioning, and you don't need a perfect life to do it. You just need to start. Some days you won't feel like it. You'll be tired, you'll have stuff on your mind, and on those days, the habit matters even more. That's the difference between people who change their lives and people who stay stuck. The ones who grow are the ones who show up, even when it's hard. If you miss a day, don't make it a big deal. Just get back on track. The key is consistency. Over time, this small morning habit becomes a muscle, and like any muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. And here's what's powerful. Gratitude will start showing up in your conversations, in the way you treat your family, in how you see your work. It'll bleed into every corner of your life, because once you start seeing life through the lens of what's good, you start attracting more of that. Your mind becomes a magnet for positivity, clarity, and strength. There's no secret trick here, just commitment. A decision to start each day on purpose, not rushing, not reacting, but choosing to look at your life and say, there is something here I can appreciate. There is something in front of me that deserves my attention. So tomorrow morning, before the world grabs your attention, before the emails, before the noise, take those few quiet minutes. Reflect on what you have. Speak it out loud, write it down, feel it in your body. Remind yourself that you're already starting from a place of abundance. This is not fluff. This is mental transformation. This is emotional discipline, and it works. You just need to commit. Make it non-negotiable. Make it automatic. And soon it won't feel like a task. It'll feel like part of who you are. Someone who doesn't wait for peace but creates it. Someone who doesn't need everything to be perfect to be grateful. Someone who chooses strength over stress, clarity over chaos, and gratitude over fear. That's how you start rewiring your mindset. Not by changing everything overnight, but by changing the way you begin your day. And this is just the first habit. Stay with it, and you'll see how much power you already have to shift your life, starting from the inside. Chapter 2. Start your day with 10 minutes of silence. The first few minutes of your morning are more important than most people realize. They set the rhythm for everything that follows. And in a world that constantly pulls you in different directions, one of the most powerful things you can do is simple. Spend 10 minutes in complete silence. This isn't about being spiritual or performing a ritual. It's about giving your mind the space to breathe. Most people wake up and instantly reach for their phones. They check messages, news, updates, and just like that, their mind is already cluttered. Before they've even had a sip of water or looked out the window, their brain is overloaded. But when you choose silence first, you're doing something most people never even consider. You're giving yourself back control. 10 minutes without noise, without distraction, without pressure. 10 minutes to check in with yourself instead of checking into the chaos around you. You don't need a meditation app. You don't need special music. You just need a quiet space, your room, your balcony, a corner of your home. You can sit upright on your bed, on a chair, or even on the floor. The physical position doesn't matter as much as the mental commitment. And during these 10 minutes, you simply sit with yourself. No phone, no talking, no reacting, just quiet awareness. You might focus on your breathing. You might pay attention to the way your body feels, or you might just notice your thoughts without following them. There's no perfect way to do it. The goal is not to empty your mind, but to stop flooding it. At first you'll notice how noisy your brain really is. Thoughts will come fast. Some might be stressful, some random. That's okay. The point isn't to stop your thoughts, it's to stop running from them. To allow yourself the space to observe without reacting. That alone is transformative, because silence teaches you something that noise can't. It shows you where your mind automatically goes. It reveals your habits, your patterns, your worries. And when you see those things clearly, you can change them. But if you never sit still, you'll never see them at all. You'll just keep moving from one thing to another, never realizing what's driving you. Starting your day with silence gives you clarity, and with clarity comes power. You begin to understand what you need that day. You recognize what energy you're bringing into the world. You begin your day rooted, not rushed. That changes the way you speak to people. It changes how you work. It even changes how you handle unexpected stress. It's in that silence that your best ideas often show up. That's when your intuition speaks loudest. That's when you can feel what's really going on inside you, emotionally, mentally, physically. Most people are disconnected from themselves because they never slow down, but those who take time for silence build self-awareness. And self-awareness is the foundation of every strong mindset. This habit is especially important in a world that rewards speed. Everything is fast now. Information, communication, expectations. You're constantly being pulled to react. But silence teaches you the opposite. It trains you to respond, not react, to pause before making decisions, to notice what you're feeling before it takes over. And the best part, you don't need to wait until your life is calm to practice this. You do it because your life is busy. You do it to prepare yourself for the pressure, not to escape it. You make silence your anchor, something you return to every morning, no matter what's happening around you. 10 minutes of silence also lowers stress levels. Scientifically, your nervous system benefits from stillness. Your heart rate slows down, your breathing deepens, your mind stops racing. That kind of peace first thing in the morning creates resilience. It helps you stay centered even when things go sideways later in the day. People might think silence is passive, but it's not. It's intentional, it's strong, and it takes real commitment, because silence makes you face yourself. It makes you listen, and not everyone is ready for that. But if you want to rewire your mindset, if you want to become mentally sharper, emotionally stronger, and more focused, this habit is a game changer. And you don't need to be perfect. Some mornings your mind will wander more than others. Some days it'll feel boring. Some days it'll feel powerful. That's all part of the process. The key is showing up. The benefit isn't just in the silence itself, it's in your commitment to it. Here's what happens when you make this a daily habit. You stop feeling behind all the time. You stop jumping from thought to thought without direction. You start your day with focus instead of frenzy. You develop emotional discipline. You become more aware of what truly matters. It also improves your relationships, because when you begin the day by grounding yourself, you don't carry stress into your conversations. You become more present, more patient, more thoughtful in your responses. It helps with your goals too. Silence gives you space to check in. Am I moving in the right direction? What's one thing I can do today that really matters? That kind of reflection creates better results than rushing ever will. You might not feel the change after 1 or 2 days, but give it time. A few weeks into this habit, people will start to notice something different in you. You'll be calmer, more composed, more centered, and most importantly, you'll feel it. You'll feel more in control of your day and your life. Silence doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you stop reacting long enough to remember who you are and how you want to show up. So protect those 10 minutes in the morning. Set your alarm a little earlier if you have to. Create that space and guard it. You deserve that time. Your mind needs it. Your future depends on it. And the most powerful part, it's all within your control. No one has to give you permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to decide 10 minutes of quiet before the world gets loud. That decision can change your mindset. That decision can change your focus. That decision can change your life. One morning at a time. Chapter 3. Write down 3 wins at the end daily. The day ends. The work is done. The noise begins to fade. For most people, this is the time they switch off their minds, turn to distraction, entertainment, or sleep. But for someone committed to growth, the end of the day is more than just a finish line. It's a moment of reflection, a moment to acknowledge progress. And that's where one powerful habit comes in, writing down 3 wins every single night. This habit may sound simple, but it changes the way you think. It changes the way you remember your day. Most people don't reflect with intention. They go to bed carrying stress, worries, and unfinished tasks. And because of that, they sleep restlessly. They wake up anxious. And they carry the same emotional weight into the next day. But when you build a daily practice of writing down 3 wins, you start to shift your mindset. You train your brain to recognize progress, not just problems. You create a rhythm of noticing success, no matter how big or small. Why does this matter? Because your brain has a natural bias toward the negative. It's constantly scanning for what went wrong, what's missing, and what you didn't do. And if you don't challenge that pattern, it becomes the default. That's why people feel stuck, even when they're improving. They don't acknowledge the growth that's actually happening. By writing down your wins each night, you're taking control of that pattern. You're teaching your mind to find evidence of progress. That's the key word. Evidence. When you see it written down in your own words, it becomes real. Not a vague feeling, not a passing thought, but a written record that you are moving forward. So what counts as a win? Anything that pushed you forward, anything you followed through on. It could be completing a difficult task at work, or choosing a healthy meal, or having a hard conversation you'd been avoiding. Maybe you finally finished a book. Maybe you kept a promise to yourself. Maybe you simply showed up with a good attitude when you didn't feel like it. Wins don't need to be huge. In fact, the small ones matter the most because they happen every day, and they build momentum. When you start noticing them, you feel encouraged. And when you feel encouraged, you take better action. It becomes a cycle that fuels personal growth. This practice only takes 5 minutes. You sit down, grab a notebook or journal, and ask yourself, what are 3 things I did today that made me proud? That's it. You write them down. Clearly, honestly. No performance, no perfection, just truth. What this does is powerful. It closes your day with intention. Instead of drifting into the night with tension or regret, you end your day grounded in progress. You go to sleep with a mindset of growth, and that carries into tomorrow. It also builds self-trust. You stop depending on outside validation to feel good. You become your own source of recognition. You become someone who notices their own effort. That's where true confidence comes from, not from being praised by others, but from knowing deep down that you are moving forward. Over time, this becomes part of your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who's trying to improve and start seeing yourself as someone who is improving. Every day, quietly, consistently, with proof. And that proof matters. A network error occurred. Please check your connection and try again. If this issue persists, please contact us through our help center at help.openai.com. Chapter 4. Repeat positive affirmations with full belief daily. Every day, the words you say to yourself shape the person you become. The stories you tell yourself decide whether you move forward or stay stuck. And one habit that can change everything is repeating positive affirmations with full belief every single day. This isn't about mindless repetition or empty phrases. It's about choosing words that build you up, words that make you stronger, words that train your mind to see your worth and your potential. And doing this daily rewires your mindset in a way few other habits can. Why does repeating affirmations matter? Because your mind listens. It takes in everything you say to others and to yourself. But the messages you give yourself matter most. If those messages are negative, self-doubting, or full of fear, your mindset will reflect that. You will act out those beliefs, often without realizing it. Positive affirmations are different. They're intentional statements that remind you of your value, your strengths, and your ability to overcome challenges. When you say them with real belief, they create new pathways in your brain. Those pathways help you think differently, feel differently, and act differently. But here's the catch: affirmations only work if you truly believe them. Saying words you don't believe can feel fake or frustrating. That's why it's important to choose affirmations that feel right for you, ones that resonate and reflect the person you want to become. For example, instead of saying, "I am perfect," which might feel untrue, say, "I am growing every day." Instead of "I have no fear," say, "I face my fears with courage." These statements acknowledge your reality while pointing you toward growth. Doing this daily means you are reinforcing positive messages. You are telling your brain, "This is who I am." And when you repeat these affirmations regularly, you start to catch yourself thinking more positively even outside those moments. Your inner voice shifts from criticism to encouragement. Think about how much time you spend talking to yourself each day. Some of those thoughts might be helpful, but many are negative or doubtful. By intentionally inserting positive affirmations, you're changing the balance. You're giving your mind new scripts to play. This rewiring happens slowly. You won't feel different overnight. But with time, those positive messages sink in. They shape your beliefs. They influence your actions. You become more confident, more focused, and more resilient. Repeating affirmations with full belief also affects your emotions. When you truly believe in your worth and abilities, you experience less anxiety and more peace. You become less reactive to setbacks because your sense of self isn't based on external approval. It's rooted in your own positive narrative. How to make this habit work? Choose affirmations that feel authentic and inspiring. Say them out loud daily, ideally in the morning or before important tasks. Focus on the meaning of the words. Don't rush through them. Feel the emotions connected to the affirmations: confidence, hope, strength. Repeat them consistently. This builds momentum. If you struggle to believe your affirmations at first, that's normal. The key is to keep going. Your brain needs time to accept these new messages. Over time, belief will grow naturally as the affirmations become part of your thinking. Also, writing your affirmations down helps. Seeing the words in your own handwriting adds power. You can carry them in a journal or post them where you'll see them daily. This keeps the positive focus alive. One common mistake is treating affirmations like magic spells. They don't replace hard work or facing challenges. Instead, they support you through those efforts. They remind you of your inner strength and keep your mindset positive as you push forward. When you combine affirmations with action, you create a powerful feedback loop. Affirmations boost your confidence, so you take better steps. Those steps lead to small wins, which reinforce your affirmations even more. It's a cycle of growth that rewires your mindset deeply. This habit also makes you more aware of your self-talk throughout the day. When negative thoughts arise, you catch them faster. You can replace them with your affirmations or positive reminders. Over time, this becomes automatic. Many successful people use affirmations daily. They understand that the mind is like a garden. What you plant, you grow. Positive affirmations are the seeds of confidence, focus, and resilience. Without them, weeds of doubt and fear take over. Remember, this habit requires patience. The brain is used to old patterns. Changing those patterns takes repetition and belief. But the payoff is huge. You gain mental clarity, emotional balance, and stronger self-esteem. Start simple. Choose a few affirmations that feel meaningful. Say them with feeling. Do it daily, even when you don't feel like it. That commitment rewires your mind for success. Eventually, those affirmations become your truth. You stop needing to repeat them because you live them. Your mindset shifts naturally toward growth and positivity. That's how repeating positive affirmations with full belief rewires your mindset. It's not about pretending or ignoring reality. It's about building a foundation of positive belief that supports everything you do. Practice this habit daily. Watch how it changes your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And watch how it changes your life. Chapter 5. Read something uplifting every single morning. Starting your day with something uplifting changes the entire direction of your mindset. Every morning, your brain is fresh and ready to absorb new information. What you choose to feed your mind in those first moments sets the tone for your day. Reading something positive and inspiring each morning is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can build. When you read uplifting content, you're actively choosing to focus on hope, growth, and possibility. You're stepping away from negative news cycles, social media arguments, or worries about problems. Instead, you're investing in your mindset by filling it with words that encourage, motivate, and build you up. Why is morning reading so effective? Because the mind is most receptive after waking. The brain hasn't yet been overwhelmed by distractions, stress, or challenges. The information you absorb then gets a better chance of sinking deep into your thoughts and emotions. When you start your day with positive ideas, you're programming your mind to look for good, to expect growth, and to keep moving forward. It's not about reading complicated books or dense philosophy. The key is to find material that makes you feel energized, hopeful, and ready to take on the day. This could be a short passage from a motivational book, an inspiring article, a poem, or even a few pages from a biography of someone you admire. Whatever you choose, it needs to resonate with you and lift your spirit. Reading uplifting content every morning also improves focus. When you start with clear, positive thoughts, your mind is less likely to get stuck in distraction or negativity. You begin the day grounded in purpose rather than pulled into chaos. It helps you build mental clarity that lasts for hours. Over time, this habit rewires your mindset by reinforcing positive patterns of thinking. Your brain begins to associate mornings with growth and optimism. You start noticing positive possibilities instead of problems. You feel more motivated to take action on your goals because your mindset has been primed for success. In addition to mental benefits, reading uplifting material daily builds emotional resilience. When life throws challenges at you, the words you read in the morning serve as a reminder that growth is possible and setbacks are temporary. They become a source of strength that helps you bounce back faster. Making this a habit also deepens your learning. Regular reading expands your understanding of life, people, and yourself. You pick up wisdom that shapes your decisions and actions. This consistent input of positive knowledge becomes the foundation for personal transformation. To make this habit effective, consistency is key. Even if you only read a few paragraphs or a short passage, doing it daily builds momentum. It creates a routine that your mind and body recognize as a moment of growth and calm. That recognition strengthens your mindset and emotional health. Choosing what to read is personal. Some people prefer stories of real-life triumph. Others like motivational quotes or spiritual texts. The important part is that the material moves you. It stirs feelings of hope, courage, and determination. It should be something you look forward to each morning. Reading something uplifting can also spark creativity. Exposure to new ideas and perspectives in the morning primes your brain for problem solving and innovation. It helps you see your challenges with fresh eyes and opens new pathways for action. There will be days when reading feels difficult or time is tight. On those days, even a single inspiring sentence or a short passage can make a difference. It's better to do a little than nothing. Over time, those small moments add up and reshape your mindset. The benefits of this habit extend beyond just the morning. As you carry positive thoughts throughout the day, you become more patient, kind, and focused. Your conversations improve, your work improves, your relationships improve, all because you started the day on the right mental and emotional foot. Many successful people credit daily reading as a critical part of their growth. It's how they stay motivated and keep learning. They understand that growth is a daily practice, not a one-time event. Reading uplifting material every morning is a way to invest in yourself regularly. This habit requires no special tools or training. All you need is a book, an article, or a source of positive content, and a few minutes each morning. Over time, this small investment pays huge returns in mindset, motivation, and resilience. By choosing to read something uplifting each morning, you're choosing to take control of your mental environment. You're refusing to let negativity or stress define your day. You're setting yourself up for growth, clarity, and success. Start this habit with what feels natural to you. Find a comfortable spot, perhaps with a cup of coffee or tea, and spend a few minutes immersed in words that inspire. Feel the difference in your energy and outlook as you move through your day. Building a mindset that's positive and growth-focused is not about avoiding reality. It's about choosing what you focus on, especially in the first moments of your day. Reading uplifting content every morning helps you do that. It rewires your mind to look for solutions, find hope, and believe in your ability to grow. Over weeks and months, this habit becomes a cornerstone of your mental health. It shifts your daily experience from stress and overwhelm to clarity and possibility. It prepares you to face life's challenges with strength and optimism. In conclusion, reading something uplifting every single morning is a habit that changes everything. It creates a mindset wired for success, resilience, and joy. It's a simple, practical, and powerful way to take control of your day before the world tries to take control of you. Make this habit yours. Protect those morning minutes. Fill your mind with words that lift you. Watch how your mindset rewires and your life transforms, one uplifting page at a time. Chapter 6. Surround yourself with positive and focused people. One of the most important yet often overlooked habits for rewiring your mindset is who you spend your time with. The people around you have an incredible influence on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Surrounding yourself with positive and focused individuals is not just good advice, it's a necessity if you want to change your mindset and grow. Humans are social creatures. We naturally absorb the energy, attitudes, and beliefs of those we spend the most time with. If you're constantly around negativity, doubt, or distraction, it will weigh you down without you even realizing it. On the other hand, if you're around people who are driven, hopeful, and intentional, their mindset starts to rub off on you. Their energy becomes contagious. Positive and focused people bring a different kind of conversation. They talk about solutions, possibilities, and progress. They inspire you to raise your standards. They push you to grow because they believe in improvement and action. When you're around them, you feel supported and challenged at the same time. You don't feel drained or stuck. This environment matters more than most people admit. If you want to shift your mindset, changing your surroundings is as important as changing your thoughts. You can read all the books and listen to all the talks, but if the people around you aren't aligned with your goals, it's like trying to swim against a strong current. You will tire quickly. Choosing who to spend time with is an act of self-respect. It's a decision to protect your mental space. Positive and focused people don't just lift you up, they hold you accountable. They see your potential, sometimes even before you do. They celebrate your wins and help you learn from your failures. At the same time, it's important to recognize that no one is perfect. Even the most positive people have bad days or moments of doubt. But what sets them apart is their overall mindset. They return to focus and positivity, and they encourage you to do the same. Their mindset is a foundation you can lean on when your own feels shaky. Building a circle of positive and focused people may require effort. Sometimes it means creating boundaries with those who drain your energy. It might mean seeking out new communities, groups, or friendships that support your growth. This can be challenging, especially if your current environment doesn't reflect the mindset you want. But that challenge is worth it. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, you begin to see yourself differently. You start believing that success, happiness, and peace are possible for you. You start adopting the habits and attitudes you observe. That's the power of positive influence. Being around focused people also teaches you discipline and clarity. Their dedication shows you what consistency looks like. Their clear goals remind you to set your own. You absorb their commitment without even trying, and it pushes you to become more intentional in your daily actions. There's also emotional support that comes from positive connections. Life has ups and downs, and when you're surrounded by people who encourage rather than criticize, you build resilience. You're less likely to give up because you know you have a support system that believes in you. On the flip side, spending time with negative or distracted people can create a cycle of doubt and frustration. It's easy to get caught up in complaining, making excuses, or procrastinating when that's the norm around you. Your mindset shrinks instead of grows. The difference might be subtle, but over time, it becomes huge. Creating this positive circle doesn't mean cutting everyone out of your life. It means being intentional about where you invest your time and energy. It means choosing to be around those who elevate you most of the time. You become selective about your social calendar because your mindset is a priority. Sometimes, surrounding yourself with positive and focused people means seeking mentors or role models. People who have what you want and can guide you. Having someone to learn from accelerates your growth and gives you a clearer path. Their experience becomes a map that helps you avoid common pitfalls. Technology makes it easier than ever to connect with positive, like-minded people. Online communities, groups or forums centered around growth and positivity are full of people on similar journeys. Engaging in these spaces feeds your mindset and reminds you you're not alone. Positive and focused people also help you celebrate small wins. They understand the importance of progress, not perfection. When you share your successes with them, they amplify your motivation. That positive reinforcement strengthens your belief in yourself and your goals. Another benefit is how they challenge your thinking. They don't just agree with everything you say. They ask questions that make you reflect deeper. They push you out of comfort zones because they want to see you grow. That kind of honest support is rare but priceless. It's important to give as much as you take in these relationships. Being around positive and focused people means you're also called to lift others up, to encourage, support, and share your energy. This exchange keeps the group strong and creates lasting bonds. Over time, this habit rewires your mindset because you stop feeling isolated in your journey. You gain perspective. You build confidence. You develop a clearer vision of what's possible. The energy of your circle becomes the energy of your mind. If you find yourself in a negative environment right now, don't despair. Change is possible. Start by seeking out just one positive influence. Read their books, listen to their talks, or join a group where they are active. Slowly build connections that lift you. Every positive relationship you add makes your mindset stronger. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That saying isn't just a cliché. It's a reality backed by experience. Choosing to surround yourself with positive and focused people changes how you think, feel, and act. It rewires your mindset toward growth and success. Invest in your relationships as much as you invest in your skills or knowledge. Your mindset depends on it. The company you keep can be your greatest asset or your biggest obstacle. Make it your greatest asset. This habit is about protecting your mental environment. It's about choosing to grow alongside those who believe in progress. It's about building a community that fuels your dreams instead of holding them back. Surround yourself with positive and focused people. Watch how your mindset rewires. Watch how your life transforms. Because the people around you are the mirrors that reflect who you can become. Chapter 7. Replace complaints with immediate problem-solving action. Every day, people face challenges. Things go wrong, obstacles appear, and frustrations build. It's natural to notice problems and sometimes complain about them. But if complaining becomes a habit, it becomes a trap. Complaints can keep you stuck in negativity and stop you from moving forward. The mindset that rewires for success chooses a different path. Replace complaints with immediate problem-solving action. Complaining often feels like a release valve. It feels good in the moment to vent about something frustrating, but that feeling is temporary. After the complaint, nothing changes. The problem remains, and the energy spent on complaining drains motivation and focus. Over time, this pattern rewires the brain to focus on what's wrong, not on what can be fixed. The habit of replacing complaints with action rewires your mindset because it shifts your energy from victimhood to ownership. It trains your brain to see problems as challenges that you have power to solve. Instead of dwelling on the issue, you look for the next step you can take. This shift creates momentum, confidence, and control. Action doesn't have to be big. It can be as small as deciding what to do next or seeking one piece of information. What matters is moving immediately from complaint to solution. That movement interrupts the negative cycle. It stops frustration from becoming overwhelmed. It builds a mindset that says, I may not like this, but I'm going to do something about it. This habit rewires your thinking because your brain learns to associate problems with solutions. Instead of spiraling into negativity, you train your mind to look for options. You develop creativity, resilience, and problem-solving skills naturally. You start seeing setbacks not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow stronger. Taking immediate action also reduces stress. Complaining keeps the problem alive in your mind, increasing anxiety. Action, even small steps, gives you a sense of control. That control lowers stress hormones and calms the nervous system. You feel more balanced and capable. The habit changes how others see you too. People are drawn to those who handle challenges calmly and decisively. You become someone others respect and want to support. That positive social feedback further strengthens your mindset and motivation. It's important to recognize that some problems take time to solve. Not every complaint has an instant fix, but replacing complaints with action means doing what you can in the moment. Researching, asking for help, adjusting your mindset, or making a plan. Any forward step is valuable. When you feel the urge to complain, it's a signal to pause and ask, what can I do right now? That question creates space for choice instead of reaction. It shifts your focus from blame to empowerment. Over time, this becomes automatic. Your default moves from complaining to solving. The habit rewires your mindset by strengthening accountability. You stop waiting for others to fix things or for circumstances to change. You take responsibility for your experience and your growth. That mindset builds confidence because you see yourself as capable and proactive. Replacing complaints with action also improves problem-solving skills. The more you practice, the better you get at identifying solutions quickly. You develop a mindset that breaks problems into manageable parts. You learn to prioritize what matters and take steps toward progress. This habit creates a cycle of success. Action leads to small wins, which build confidence, which leads to more action. Complaints, in contrast, create a cycle of stagnation. Breaking the complaint cycle rewires your brain for continuous improvement. It's normal to feel resistance at first. Complaining can be a habit deeply ingrained. Changing it requires awareness and commitment. The key is not perfection but progress. Notice when you complain. Catch yourself. Immediately redirect to action. Celebrate every time you make that shift. Some days action might be very small. A decision, a deep breath, a shift in attitude. That's enough. The habit grows from those moments. It's consistent practice, not big gestures, that rewires your mindset. This habit also changes how you see challenges. Instead of problems defining you, you define how you respond. That mindset leads to resilience. You learn to adapt, persist, and grow through difficulties. Complaining may feel like a natural reaction, but it doesn't create change. Action does. Every time you choose to act instead of complain, you build a stronger, more empowered mindset. In relationships, this habit improves communication. Instead of venting frustration without purpose, you bring solutions. that creates respect and trust. It also encourages others to adopt a similar mindset. Replacing complaints with immediate problem-solving action is a habit that transforms your life. It shifts your energy toward growth and control. It builds mental strength and emotional balance. It rewires your mindset from helplessness to power. This habit is a daily practice. Every time a problem arises, your choice shapes your mindset. Choosing action rewires your brain for success, resilience, and clarity. Choosing complaint keeps you stuck. The power is in your hands. Replacing complaints with action rewires your mindset, one choice at a time. It changes how you think, feel, and act. It changes your life. Chapter 8. Visualize your ideal self achieving daily goals. Visualization is more than just daydreaming. It is a powerful habit that rewires your mindset by creating a clear mental image of who you want to be and what you want to accomplish. Visualizing your ideal self achieving your daily goals primes your mind for success, focus, and confidence. Every morning, or whenever you begin your day, taking time to picture your ideal self moving through the day with purpose changes how your brain operates. Your mind starts to believe in the possibility of those achievements because it has already seen them. This habit builds momentum even before you take physical action. Visualizing daily goals means you aren't just reacting to the day's challenges, you are intentionally shaping your experience. You imagine the small successes you want to have, whether it's finishing a task, having a meaningful conversation, or maintaining focus for a set period. When your brain pictures success, it begins to work toward making that image real. This habit rewires your mindset because it shifts your focus from worry and uncertainty to clarity and confidence. Instead of starting the day guessing how things will go, you already have a plan in your mind. You know what winning looks like. That certainty makes it easier to take action. The power of visualization lies in its ability to engage your emotions as well as your thoughts. When you see yourself succeeding, you also feel the satisfaction, pride, and motivation that comes with achievement. Those feelings encourage your brain to work harder toward your goals. Another benefit is how visualization helps you overcome obstacles. When you imagine yourself calmly solving problems or staying on track despite distractions, you mentally prepare for challenges. This reduces anxiety and increases resilience because you have rehearsed success mentally. To make visualization effective, be specific. Don't just picture vague success. Imagine detailed scenarios, how you start your work, the steps you take, how you feel accomplishing each goal. Use all your senses. Hear the sounds around you. Feel the emotions, see the environment. The more vivid the image, the stronger the impact on your brain. Visualizing your ideal self is also a way of practicing confidence. When you see yourself acting confidently, making good decisions, and staying calm under pressure, your brain learns these behaviors as familiar. You train yourself to respond in those ways naturally when the real situation arises. This habit helps align your subconscious mind with your conscious goals. Your brain stops resisting change because it has already accepted your ideal self as possible. It's a subtle but profound shift that rewires your mindset from doubt to belief. Many athletes and top performers use visualization as part of their routine. They know that mental rehearsal improves actual performance. It builds muscle memory, focus, and emotional control. You can apply the same principle to everyday goals. Start by choosing 1 or 2 key goals each day. Close your eyes and see yourself completing them. Step by step, notice how you handle obstacles. Feel the satisfaction of success. Imagine how others respond to your achievements. Hold that image for a few minutes. Over time, this practice builds a clear sense of direction. You move through your day with purpose, guided by the mental picture of your ideal self. Your mindset becomes focused on growth and achievement instead of distraction or doubt. This habit also helps break negative thinking patterns. When worries or doubts creep in, you can recall your visualization. It reminds you of what you are capable of. It anchors you in a positive mindset. Consistency is key. The brain needs repeated exposure to these positive images for rewiring to happen. Daily visualization creates new neural pathways that support confidence, motivation, and clarity. Visualization isn't a replacement for action. It works best combined with effort and discipline. But by preparing your mind first, you increase the likelihood of taking meaningful steps. You reduce hesitation and boost momentum. You don't need a special place or time for visualization. It can be done anywhere you can focus quietly, even for a few minutes. The important part is the quality of the mental image and the emotion you connect to it. This habit rewires your mindset by connecting your daily goals with your identity. You stop seeing goals as external tasks and start seeing them as part of who you are becoming. This alignment creates lasting motivation and resilience. In summary, visualizing your ideal self achieving daily goals is a habit that rewires your mindset by building clarity, confidence, and focus. It trains your brain to expect success and prepares you emotionally to handle challenges. Combined with consistent action, it creates a powerful cycle of growth. Make visualization a daily practice. Use it to direct your day before it begins. Watch how your mindset shifts from uncertainty to certainty, from doubt to belief, from distraction to purpose. Through visualization, you become the architect of your mindset and your life, designing the person you want to be and the success you want to achieve, one clear image at a time. Chapter 9. Focus on one task at a time, completely. Focusing on one task at a time is one of the most powerful habits for rewiring your mindset and boosting your productivity. In a world filled with constant distractions, multitasking often feels like the only way to keep up. But the truth is that trying to do many things at once fractures your attention and lowers the quality of your work. Choosing to focus completely on a single task rewires your brain for clarity, efficiency, and success. When you give one task your full attention, you allow yourself to dive deep into the work. This deep focus creates flow, a state where time feels like it stretches and your productivity soars. Flow is when your best ideas emerge and your effort feels almost effortless. It is the ideal state for meaningful progress. The habit of focusing on one task rewires your mindset by training your brain to resist distractions. Every time you switch between tasks, your brain uses extra energy to refocus, which tires you out faster. Over time, this habit of splitting attention lowers your ability to concentrate deeply. But when you commit to one task at a time, your brain strengthens the pathways that support sustained focus. Deep focus also improves the quality of your work. When you concentrate fully, you catch details you would miss when distracted. You think more creatively and critically. You solve problems more efficiently because your mind isn't scattered. This leads to better results and greater satisfaction in what you accomplish. Focusing on one task also reduces stress. When your attention is split, your brain stays in a heightened state of alertness, causing tension and fatigue. On the other hand, when you concentrate fully, your mind is calm and clear. You finish tasks faster, freeing mental space and energy for what matters next. This habit rewires your mindset by changing how you view your work. Instead of seeing tasks as overwhelming or never-ending lists, you break your day into manageable chunks. Each task becomes a priority to complete fully before moving on. This approach creates a sense of control and progress, which fuels motivation. One key to mastering this habit is learning to say no to distractions. Phones, social media, emails, and even well-meaning interruptions pull your attention away. Protecting your focus means setting boundaries, turning off notifications, closing unnecessary tabs, or working in a quiet space helps you stay locked in. It's also important to plan your tasks with focus in mind. Prioritize what truly matters and tackle those tasks when your energy is highest. When you approach work with intention, you give yourself permission to concentrate fully without guilt or pressure to do everything at once. Focusing on one task rewires your mindset by reinforcing patience and persistence. In a culture that glorifies busyness and speed, slow and steady focus is a radical act. It teaches you that lasting success comes from quality effort, not scattered attempts. This habit also improves your ability to complete tasks. Many people start multiple projects but struggle to finish. By training yourself to work deeply on one task until it's done, or at a meaningful stopping point, you build momentum and a sense of accomplishment. That feeling pushes you to keep going. Mindfulness plays a role here. Being fully present with your task means noticing when your mind wanders and gently bringing it back. This mental discipline strengthens self-control and sharpens your awareness, both key components of a growth mindset. Some people worry that focusing on one task will slow them down. The opposite is true. Multitasking creates the illusion of speed, but results in lower quality and more mistakes, which take time to fix. Focused work moves you forward faster because it's precise and effective. This habit rewires your mindset by shifting your relationship with time. Instead of rushing, you learn to respect the process. You trust that steady, focused effort leads to meaningful results. This trust reduces anxiety and creates space for creativity. It's also a habit that builds confidence. Completing tasks fully boosts your belief in your abilities. You prove to yourself that you can follow through. This self-trust carries into other areas of your life, strengthening your overall mindset. Focusing on one task at a time helps you make better decisions too. When your mind isn't cluttered with multiple demands, you think more clearly and weigh options carefully. This leads to smarter choices and fewer regrets. Building this habit requires practice and patience. Start by choosing one task and committing to it for a set time, maybe 25 to 50 minutes. Avoid jumping to another task or checking your phone. If distractions come, acknowledge them and refocus. Over days and weeks, this practice rewires your brain for deeper concentration. You don't have to work in long stretches to benefit. Even short periods of focused work are powerful. The key is consistency and intentionality. Each time you focus fully, you strengthen the neural pathways that support sustained attention. This habit also encourages better planning. Knowing you'll focus deeply on one task helps you break down larger projects into clear, manageable steps. You develop a rhythm of work that balances effort and rest, preventing burnout. The benefits extend beyond work. Focusing fully improves your relationships, learning, and personal growth. When you give your full attention to a conversation or new skill, you connect more deeply and absorb more information. In conclusion, focusing on one task at a time completely rewires your mindset by building clarity, patience, and effectiveness. It shifts you from scattered effort to purposeful progress. It lowers stress and increases confidence. This habit changes how you work, how you think, and how you live. Embracing this habit is choosing quality over quantity, depth over distraction. It's a daily practice that transforms overwhelm into calm productivity. When you focus fully on one task, you unlock your brain's full potential and move steadily toward your goals. Make focusing on one task at a time your priority. Protect your attention. Train your mind. Experience how this simple habit rewires your mindset for success and fulfillment. One task at a time. Chapter 10. Reflect and reset your mindset. Every single night. Ending your day with reflection and resetting your mindset is a habit that rewires your brain for growth, clarity, and peace. Every night offers a chance to review what happened, learn from it, and prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for the next day. This practice builds self-awareness, emotional balance, and a mindset focused on continuous improvement. Reflection is a moment to pause and look honestly at your thoughts, actions, and feelings from the day. It's a way to notice what went well and what didn't, without judgment. This habit rewires your mindset by creating awareness of patterns, both positive and negative, that shape your experience. When you take time to reflect, you engage your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and self-control. This active thinking strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Over time, you become more intentional in your choices and actions. Resetting your mindset each night means consciously letting go of stress, frustration, or negativity that may have built up. It's about closing the day with calm and focus, rather than carrying burdens into tomorrow. This mental reset helps you sleep better and wake up refreshed. The habit rewires your mindset because it trains your brain to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of ruminating on mistakes or setbacks, you ask, what can I learn from this? How can I do better tomorrow? This shifts your thinking from blame to empowerment. Reflection also helps you celebrate progress, no matter how small. Recognizing your wins builds confidence and motivation. It reminds your mind that effort leads to results, reinforcing a positive mindset. The nightly reset acts like a mental cleansing. It breaks the cycle of stress and worry that often keeps people stuck in negative thought loops. By acknowledging what happened and choosing how to feel about it, you regain control over your mental state. This habit supports emotional regulation. When you face challenges during the day, emotions can build up and create tension. Reflecting helps you process those feelings. You make sense of them instead of ignoring or suppressing them. This leads to greater emotional resilience. A clear mind at night also improves sleep quality. When your brain is cluttered with unresolved thoughts, falling asleep becomes difficult. Reflection and resetting release mental clutter, making rest deeper and more restorative. Better sleep fuels better mindset and performance the next day. Reflection encourages gratitude. When you review your day, noticing moments of kindness, achievement, or simple joy rewires your brain to focus on positives. Gratitude is a powerful mindset tool that increases happiness and reduces stress. This habit deepens your self-awareness. You become more attuned to your thoughts, triggers, and behaviors. This insight allows you to make adjustments consciously rather than repeating unhelpful patterns unconsciously. To practice nightly reflection and reset, create a simple routine. Find a quiet space free from distractions. Take a few minutes to review your day mentally or write down key points. Ask yourself what worked, what didn't, and what you want to improve. Focus on feelings too. How did your day make you feel? Which moments brought energy or drained you? Understanding your emotional landscape helps you manage energy better and make choices that support well-being. Then, consciously decide what mindset you want to carry into tomorrow. This might mean letting go of a worry, choosing forgiveness, or setting a positive intention. Visualize waking up calm, focused and ready. Reflection also helps you connect with your goals. When you see daily actions in the context of your bigger purpose, your mindset stays aligned and motivated. You avoid distractions and stay committed. The habit rewires your mindset by building mental discipline. Making time every night for reflection shows that you value your growth. It creates a daily rhythm of learning and renewal. It's normal for some nights to feel harder than others. Sometimes reflection brings up discomfort or regret. That is part of growth. Facing these feelings rather than avoiding them strengthens your mindset over time. This habit reduces mental fatigue. When you reset your mindset nightly, your brain can recharge fully. You avoid burnout and increase your capacity for focus, creativity, and problem solving. Reflection and reset also improve relationships. When your mind is clear and calm, you interact with others more patiently and kindly. You bring your best self to conversations and collaborations. Many high achievers credit nightly reflection as a cornerstone of their success. It's how they learn quickly, adjust strategies, and maintain mental clarity. This habit separates consistent performers from those who burn out or stagnate. In summary, reflecting and resetting your mindset every night rewires your brain for self-awareness, emotional balance, and purposeful growth. It shifts you from reactive to proactive thinking. It cleanses mental clutter and prepares you for success. Make this habit a priority. Protect those evening minutes. Use reflection to understand your day and reset your mindset with intention. Watch how this practice builds a foundation of clarity, peace, and resilience. Through nightly reflection and reset, you take control of your mindset. You learn from every day and prepare yourself to meet tomorrow with strength and focus. This habit is a daily investment in your best self, one night at a time.